Okay, so first task in this is 2019 paper. It's asking the diagram shows different type of software on the left and description on the right. Draw a line actually. So you have to find the machine pair. So first one is operating system. And actually, so without looking at this, can you tell what is the role of operating system?
Maintain the activities of a computer.
Sorry.
Maintains the activities of a computer.
Yeah, it's managing the resources of the computer and then also working as a interface between user and the computer hardware, right? It's provide interface. So here you have this second one, provide an interface between user and hardware. That is one thing. And other than that, it is a resource manager managing all the resources, including hardware resources, processors, memory, network, users. It manages all the resources. So you can just link this to this one. The utility program. So what is utility program? So if you don't know, please write down both, right? In your in a rough paper or somewhere, just write down. There are two functionalities. One is the operating system. Number one task is resource management. Number two task is that it's an interface or it's intermediary between you and or user and the computer hardware. That is the second. Okay, then utility program. So what is utility? Utility program. Yes.
An additional program that helps.
Yeah. In addition, the operating system cannot do everything. OS cannot do every single task related to hardware. So you need some additional support. For an example, backup. So OS itself won't support backup perfectly. It won't support perfectly. It has some functionalities, but not perfect, right? So therefore, you can use a supporting backup tool, so which you can keep a copy of your files and settings, data, applications, everything. So that is utility. So operating system cannot find the good files and bad files. Maybe operating system will not be able to find viruses, but antivirus software, if you have it, it can find it. So that is anyway, it's a helping tool to operating system, right? Where it has that answer. Yeah, an additional program that helps to maintain and configure the settings system. Additional software which supports system software, we call utility. Library program. What is library program? Library function, library program.
The provides a ready built routine that can be imported into a program.
Yeah, that is the answer. So, but anyway, so what is a library? Library means additional ready-made set of functions. So library means additional ready-made set of functions which is available, already developed, pre-compiled and tested, and you can use that in your program without rewriting from the scratch. So if you are writing program from the elementary level, you call that build from scratch. Build from scratch. When you write program from beginning, you call build from scratch. Sometimes you need to build from actually when you are learning programming, you have to build from scratch. But when you are really doing the programming part, what you can do is you can refer the libraries and get the code from them. So implement the functionalities of this library. Libraries are actually previously developed content, right? Where you can refer and use it in your program. So what is compiler? Compiler?
It converts the source code into a low-level language.
Yeah, it's convert source code into machine code or low-level language. Not actually. Sometimes it's up to machine code. Sometimes up to into an intermediate program. For an example, Java. So compiler convert machine code to byte code. Intermediate code called byte code. C# also it's there. So actually, Java has both compiler and interpreter. Compiler convert the source code to byte code, intermediate code, and interpreter convert the intermediate code to machine code. So anyway, why this conversion is needed? So what's the reason? What's the reason why this conversion is needed? Yes.
The programs need to work, need to understand what.
So what
the computer needs
understand?
to understand in a specific machine language, so the compiler converts it.
Yes. computers only understand machine languages, which is written according to the architecture of the processor. That is called instruction set architecture, ISA. So that ISA of the processor is the vocabulary. It's the grammar or the vocabulary, grammar and the vocabulary actually. So using that grammar and vocabulary, you can instruct the processor. But the thing is, it's not possible. It's possible, but it's very difficult to understand the grammar and vocabulary of the processor and directly tell processor to do something. Right? It was there in the earlier era. That means in generation 1 computing, generation 2 computing. So they learned the processor's language, which is machine language, actually consists of those grammar as well as the vocab. So using that, they used to write instruction to the computer directly to the machines. But it is quite difficult because that is lengthy and that is too technical. You need hardware knowledge. Therefore, later, the computer scientists, they have developed more sophisticated and easy languages. So which is human readable, human understandable languages. But unfortunately, machines couldn't understand that. Still machines are, they are, but machines understand machine only, machine language only, because those are circuits. Those circuits understand the language which is unique and native to them. That is the machine language. But considering the programming, actually, so you want to write programs easily. If you want to write programs easily, what do you have to do? You have to know a language which is readable and understandable. So programming was not popular in the earlier stage. It was not popular because of this high technical stuff. Only a few programmers were there. Later, it was popular with these high-level languages, but high-level language need intermediate translator. There is a special program that is also a system software that can convert the high-level language to machine language or machine code or binary. Okay. Then there's another description switch. Create a document for user to edit. So that is MS Word, right? Some MS Word or some other word processing or document editing application. Describe the purpose of the disk repair software. Yes. So what is the purpose? What is disk repair and what is the purpose of using that? Yes.
Fixing errors in disk.
Yeah, it's to fix errors in the disk. That is like self-explanatory error. So you can convert the question back to the answer. That is the method that you have used. But so don't do that always, right? You have to write. You have to write some facts in addition to that. So disk repair software is used to repair the disks, right? Question is converted to answer, but that is not just the answer for this kind of question. So disk repair software, disks are getting damaged, sometimes logically, sometimes physically. So physically means, due to shaking or due to physical, maybe falling, due to some other magnetic field, or maybe due to stretching or something. So it can be damaged, that is physically. So then in such physical damages, disk repair software can do a little. It cannot repair in physical damage. It can repair, but it's very little amount of. There are some. So have you seen bad sectors in disks? Bad sectors. These sectors are corrupt, or maybe some physical damages are there. So these bad sectors can be scanned using a disk repair software. This can be scanned, and these bad sectors can be avoided, right? So you can, next time you can present. Okay, let's say you have some bad. For an example, let's say there's a train with a lot of boxes or a lot of apartments, right? But the thing is, some are not good in quality. So let's say it's a air-conditioned train. There are two apartments where the air conditions, seats, washrooms are not properly. So those are damaged. What you can do is you can remove those. You can remove and you can just keep it away, or you can use those for storing purpose. But the other part can be used similar to that. The disk repair software, if there are sectors which are physically or logically damaged, of course, it can format, it can defragment and recover. But if it is physically damaged, no mechanism. So you just keep it somewhere, some side in the corner, and use the other part. So that is done by Descriptor software. And another thing is that defragmenting. Defragmenting means empty space you keep one side, the filled space you can keep one side. File packing. So those are some possibilities. Those are some tasks assigned to Descriptor software. Let's go and see what's given in your marking scheme for the question B. Right? So Descriptor here, check any errors. Bad sectors here. I said that bad sectors in the disk. Bad sectors means damaged sectors, damaged apartments, damaged areas. So recovers any errors, resolves any error. Not any error actually, resolves logical errors in the disks. So physical error is quite difficult, right? Retrieve the files, damaged files, reconstruct. Yes, this is what I said. If it is damaged, recovery, all these things can be done. Right, the data corruption recovery, marks the bad sectors on the disk, and here, so you can add that other parts that I have mentioned, defragment and file packing. Defragment and file packing is also a task of Descriptor software. Defragment means, so it's like this, right? Okay, let's draw this. Okay, assume that this is your disk. So, okay, this is your disk. Right, it has some, so these are called, this side what you have, this side you have tracks. We think this as a hard disk, right? These are called tracks. So you can further divide this to this using these kind of logical separation lines. These are logical, you can't physically see them, right? Then, so this, you have to divide in this. Okay, let's point to this one. So this is called a sector. I think you know this or not?
Yeah.
Right? This is a sector and these are tracks. So so when you fill data, some files are contiguous files. Contiguous files means if this, let's say this purple color one is a contiguous file. If something is a contiguous file, it will be stored this way, right? Contiguous files will be stored this way. This is how contiguous files are stored in disks. Some files are there, right? Some files are there. Those files are fragmented files. Fragmented files means some files are there. Those are fragmented files. Fragmented files means those files, right, are stored this way. So one part of the file is here, another part of the file is here, another part of the file is here. So like these are called fragmented files. Contiguous files are continuously storing. Fragmented files are there. Okay, assume that you deleted some file. You have deleted the file. You have deleted this file. Then this area will be, this area will be deleted. And now you can see spaces are here and there. Files are also here and there. Spaces are here and there, and files are also here and there. So this disk is not properly organized. So this disk repair software, what it can do, it can organize data into one side. Let's put this file here. Sorry, let's erase it. Let's put this file here. This part, I'm going to put it here. Okay. And now you can see this files are continuously there. It's like contiguous files. Then space is also continuously there. So it's like in a bus. In a bus, when passengers are loaded to the bus, people are here and there. Then when you see the bus, so first impression you can see, it seems no space in the bus. But what happens if conductor can pack the people to one corner? Then you can see a lot of spaces, right?
Yeah.
Understood? Then, so someone who come to the bus, a newcomer, can sit faster. Understood the concept? A newcomer can find a space faster because, so you can see these are packed, the back seats are packed. So he or she can sit in the front seat easily. But if people are here and there, then they have also doubt where to go. Whether this place, likewise. So files will be, so it will be slower. So defragmenting is this one. Defragmenting these fragmented areas, these areas you put into the single place. And this is called file packing also. File packing means you pack the files. Punchi spaces wala conductors la karana wage bus wala, you pack the files, then you can make room for some other files. Okay, in addition to this answer, file packing and defragmenting is also there. You can write over there.
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's go and see what's next. Okay, so it's asking about the logic circuits. Draw a logic circuit to represent the following logic expression. Draw a logic circuit to represent the following logic expressions. That's easy one, right? So what's the circuit? You have A, B, C, D, not A and B, and Z XOR D. Yes, shall we draw? Can you hear me, Siddharth?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Hello? First you would draw a NOT gate for both A and B.
A and B not. So that can be done. So you can draw AND gate here. A, B, you can draw AND gate. Okay, think this as AND gate. My drawings are really bad. This is A and B. Then common NOT gate, right?
Oh, I thought we put the NOT before the AND.
Not B, no, it's bracketed. So see,
okay.
The brackets are there. A and B is bracketed. So whatever the bracket comes first, A, B, and
Right.
A, B, and bracket comes first, then the NOT, right? Then the NOT for both. Understood?
Yes.
Then C XOR D is like, the XOR gate. This is Z XOR D. Then C XOR D. Sorry?
AND gate.
AND gate. AND gate should be applied to two components. That is this one.
The NOT and the AND.
And this one. You can see AND gate for both. So sorry for my bad drawing, but anyway, so this is the output. So you know the exact symbol, right? When you draw in using pencils, do it because this is mouse. So that's all. Okay. So that's easy. Complete the truth table for the logic expressions. They're asking to complete the truth table for logic expressions, right? So is it the same one? Yes, so not A and B. Oh no, it's not same. No, it's different one, right? X, not A and B, or A and B, A, B, X, or Z. So a lot of brackets are there, right? So let's do the brackets first. So I really like if you can divide this to a few areas like this, then you can easily find the answers. A few more areas. Let's add few more areas and keep it. Okay, I'm going to use here in this area. I'm going to use A and B. A and B, A, B. Sorry, A, B, A and B. And this is the bracket AB, and this one is B XOR C. B XOR C. Okay, let's B XOR C. B XOR C. Oh, sorry, put in wrong place. So anyway, just draw a circle to make it XOR. B XOR C. Then the third one is A and B XOR C. So this B XOR C should be ANDed with A. So you can say this one, I'm just going to draw in the top. A and B XOR C. A and B XOR C. Okay. A and B XOR C. The XOR is like you have this part. The XOR. A and B XOR C. This one also has. So A and B XOR C. And this one and not of this one. That means AB not. Here you have AB not. AB everything not. AB is bracketed and bracket is then taken the not value of the bracket. AB not. And the last one is AB not. It's there. A and B XOR Z, A and B XOR Z also there. Then this should be this one and this one should be odd. So that is the result. So I'll just write as O, right? So understood how to write this in several steps?
Yes.
Right. The order matters, right? Order matters. Give the priority to brackets. Okay, now tell me the values. Now tell me the value A and B. AND gate. The specialty is
0.
0. Yes, here also 0. Here also 0. And here also 0. I'm in a class. So when you're writing this, my zeros and here and there, but the specialty is this. So when you're writing this kind of thing, the specialty is, so when you are considering the AND gate, if AND gate will output, if both are 1, AND gate will output 1. If both are 1, AND gate will output 1. That is the specialty, right?
Yeah.
And then you know the reverse of this. Reverse of this means this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. This one is 1 and these two are 0. I'm just putting the other sign, right? But that is not good. So instead of 1 and 0, it's easy to me to put this rights and wrong. That's why I put, right? But you have to put ones and zeros. Then B XOR C. So what is B XOR C? What is the specialty of XOR gate? XOR gate is also called odd even selector, because if you have number of ones, B and Z, in B, C, if you have number of ones as an odd number, it will output 1 here. 0, 1 is 1. 1, 0 is also 1. That is also odd, no? Only 1. But here you have 2. 2 means it's even. 2 ones, even. 0. It's 0. This is 1, it's odd. This is also 1, it's odd. The others, you get 0. So let's put the other sign. It's 0. This one is 0 because 2 zeros. 2 ones, that if it's 2 zeros, 0. 2 ones again 0. Okay, now the AND part. So you have to AND that with, you have to AND this with A. You know the AND logic, right? Perfectly, you know the AND logic. AND logic means if both are 1, 1. Both are 1. This one and this one, both are 1. This one will be 1, but no such thing. When it is 0, you don't need to consider even. Understood?
Yeah.
When one portion is 0, this is 0, this definitely it will be 0. This is 0 and this is also 0. Then A is 0, this is 0. A is 0, this is 0. A is 0, this is also 0 then. So here you have A1 and this BXO, that part is 1. So you will get 1 here, right? 1 here. And this is A1 And this one is also A, B, X, this is also 1. So this is the results. Okay, now you have to O. Which one? This one and this one. You have to O. When you O, what is the specialty of O gate?
The
O gate.
opposite
O gate. If all are 0 only, that is 0.
will be
This both are 0, it's 0. No, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. That means all others are 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 is the final output. Okay.
Yes.
So have you tried this before? Tried this before?
This question or this
Yeah,
type
this
of
question,
question?
this question.
No.
No. Okay, let's go and see what's given in the answers also. And here we are. So you can see here how is it's taken. So here, can you see? Is it clear or shall I erase?
It's clear.
Yeah, all are ones, and the last one is 0. You know how it is taken, right? So intermediate space, I think they are not giving marks, no? For the intermediate steps, are they giving marks? Seems
Not sure.
not
Yeah,
mentioned.
they do. It's 4 marks, right?
Yeah, but 1 mark for each pair of answers. 1 mark for each pair of answers. That's how given intermediate steps, they have not mentioned much, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first one and this is second one. So easy, right? Then, okay, they have given HTML with a JavaScript. HTML with a JavaScript, we have to analyze the code. HTML form. Inside the form, you have 2 things. One is button 1, calling multiply function. Button 2 is calling addition function. And its input, taking input using a text box. Multiply, value 1 is equal to document get element by ID. Text box 1 dot value. What is text box 1? This one. Text box 1's value is taken. Okay, then value is incremented by 1. Value is incremented by 1. And after that, it will be printed. So alert pass int value, pass int value. Actually, not the value, but the power of the value is shown, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, are you clear with this or do you need more explanation to this?
The part A, sir?
Yeah, I'm asking about the HTML part. Are you clear with this kind of question or what is happening in JavaScript or you need more explanation?
What's happening in the code? No.
Yes. What's happening in the code?
I don't know.
No.
Hello?
No, or you need explanation.
I need an explanation.
You need explanation. Do we need to do practically or you can understand the theoretically or you can understand if I explain here, you can understand. Can you understand or do I need to explain practically?
Yes, sir.
Okay, quickly do this. I'm going to use Sublime. Okay. So let's write the HTML, close it, and I'm going to save this. You can also do this if you wish, but otherwise you can just watch.
Right.
So I'm going to save this as HTML file. There are 2 functions mentioned here. Let's say hello1.html and I'm going to save in desktop. desktop. Right. Then the body section. In the body section, you have the body section, what you have like form. Yeah, you don't have head section, but that is not natural. Normally you should have the head section, but anyway, so let's write as it is. Then you have a paragraph, actually form. Form is basically used to feed data, actually collect data from the users. Forms are used to collect data from users. Right, this form has one element. So that is especially a paragraph. So which can be used to insert a text. Here it's an input type text, and the ID is also text box. One ID is used to identify this, right? So let me save this and show this the first step. So this is after adding the form. That's our document. Yeah, hello1.html. This is just after adding the form. You can see it shows a text box where you can type, right? So that is the only thing. And let's go back. Let's go to the paper as well. It says it has two buttons. So first button is button 1, second button is button 2, ID, two IDs. That is button first and second. So there are two buttons inside this form. So the first button is first. The second button is second. Just save it. And let's open back. And you can see now you have first and second button, but it does nothing, right? It does nothing. It's only first and second button. So then go back. And why these IDs are there to identify the buttons, right? You have like first ID is, it does nothing other than identify, right? Button 1. The second button is, ID is button 2. That is the second button. And in addition to that, it calls a function. It calls a JavaScript function on click. When you click on this button, it calls multiply. When you call the second button on click, it calls addition. That is also a function. Function means those are stored. Those should be stored somewhere. Right here, you can see after the body section, there are some functions stored in this document. You can use strip to write JavaScript, and the function number 1 is multiply, and the function number 2 is addition. Function multiply, it does something. For an example, just give small code, nothing else. I'm giving alert. Multiplying. And there's another function. That function is addition. I'm giving alert within quotation, adding. Right? So what this does, what this code does. Yes. When you call the multiply function, what will happen?
It would.
Alert means display a message, right? Alert means display a message. This part I think you have totally missed, it seems, no? So what has happened about this lesson? Did you miss the theory and practical, or?
We didn't do this in school.
You didn't do this in school, but there are questions, right?
Yeah.
There are questions from this area. So JavaScript, and if you want, I can do the JavaScript and HTML. HTML part you did. That also missed.
Usually the questions that come with, they'll ask us to identify a row with which one is a identifier, which one is this, like that and that.
Yeah, so that is how that. But anyway, you should you should understand the code, no? To do that, you should understand the code, right? Otherwise, if you don't know what this tag is responsible, so what this does, so then how we are going to do it? So here they are asking the results also here. Then you should know the code.
Yeah.
They're asking the results. You should know the code then. Okay, alert means displaying a message, right? Alert means displaying a message. Let's go and see. And I'm just the first button. If I click, you can see there's a message called multiplying. The second button, when you press, there's a message called adding. So that's the only thing this for the moment. But let's do according to the paper. In paper, it says, so you need to take the value of text box 1, increment that, and display the alert the multiplication of that. The second one you are asking, okay, get the value, alert the addition of that. Right? Get the value, increment, alert the addition, multiplication. Get the value, alert the addition. Okay, let's try this. And I'm going to get the value and store in a variable or identifier. The identifier is value 1. So this can be used like this, right? Sometimes they call var value 1. That is also valid, or you can just tell value 1. But value 1 is the documents get element. You're asking to search the document, get element by ID. You're asking to search the element, get element by ID. And so the ID is this one, text box 1. And you're asking to take value of text box 1. Then asking to increment that value. Plus, you increment by 1. Then you alert. Pass int means you are converting to the integer. Pass int, you are converting to the integer. Otherwise, it will be taken in strings. Passed int value multiplied by passed int value. Passed int value, so multiplied by passed int value. And then in the second one, what you do, you just take the value similar to the first one. Just take the value, same thing, and you are alerting. You are alerting passed int value plus int value. Okay, done. When you run this code, okay, let's execute this. I'm going to refresh. First, you can see 1 is the answer. Second, you can see none is the answer. So what is that? So none means not a number. Not a number. None means not a number. That means you have given nothing and asking to find the total. It's not a number. Given nothing and asking to. So if I give 2 and asking to find the total, it should be 4. 2 plus 2. If I give 10 and ask you to find the total, it is 20. 20 means 10 plus 10. Understood?
Yes.
Right. But if it is nothing, if it is 0, so then it is 0. But if it is nothing, that means nothing. Nothing means none. Not a number. Not a number. Nothing. But if you ask to multiply, it gives 1. How? How come it is? Because even though there's nothing, you are asking to increment. When you ask to increment something, when you ask to increment or increase something, even though there's a nothing, it will assume that the value is 0 and 0 is incremented by 1, then it is 1. 1 into 1 is 1. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So asking here, if the number 9 is typed into text box 1, what is the output when you press button 1? Now you know. Now my button 1 is multiplying. Number 9 is typed in the text box 1. When you ask to multiply, what will happen? What is the output?
So it would be 9 into 9.
9 into 9 or 10 into 10.
10 into 10. Yeah. So you have 100.
It's 100. The second one. State the purpose of code in line number 14. What is that?
To add the value 1.
Add 1 to the existing number or increment it by 1. Name 2 identifiers used in the JavaScript code.
Button ID, button 1.
Sorry. Identifiers. Identifiers means those are used to store values, change in values. Identifiers. Or you can say those are used
multiply
to.
and add. Addition.
Sorry.
Multiply
Value
and
1 is
addition.
definitely value 1 is identifier, right? Anything else?
Multiply and addition.
Multiply and addition. The names given to the functions by us. Multiply, addition, and value 1. Okay, good. Right, let's see the answers given. You can see multiply, value 1, and addition. Multiply and addition is given to the function. Value 1 is the variable name, which is going to store the change in value. This is 100 because 9 will be added, 1 will be added to the 9. Then 9 into 9 is 81, but unfortunately, fortunately, adding 1, then 10 into 10. 10 into 10 is 100. The increment value by 1. Right? You have to write that like this, right? Don't write adding 1. Increment value by 1. Just increment it by 1. Okay, so then the next question. Line 20 is replaced with alert value 1, value 2. Line 20. Line 20 is replaced. Line 20 is replaced with alert value 1, value 2. What will be describe how this will affect the program? So instead of using passing, you are using value 1 plus value 2. Then how it will be affected to the program? You cannot say it, they will not ask questions. So here you can see they will ask, they have asked about the coding. Right? So then you should know the coding, that means, right? Okay. Anyway, so what is the answer? What is your explanation on this? Pass int. Pass int will convert string to pass int will convert string to pass int will convert string to integer. So if you are not using pass int, that means that is not converted. Then what will happen?
Since you remove the parse int, there would be no conversion of string.
Sorry, repeat it.
Since they removed parse int, there would be no conversion of a string to integer.
Yeah, no conversion to string from string to integer. Yes. Then what will happen?
Normally it when you clicked add, it would put the two numbers together since it was string, but now since it's integer, it would give the real integer value when you add them.
So what will happen when you add them?
You would add, right?
Add in how? Add in how?
Like
yes.
It would add normally.
Add normally. Normally means
Like 2 in 2
yeah,
plus
that is
2.
called concatenation. That is called concatenation. That means you just join without mathematical addition. So because this is treated, so when if you not convert this to the int, what will happen? This will be treated as integer, and this will also be treated as integer. For an example, if think that you have given 9 and 9 is string, this 9 is also string because it is not converted to integers now. 9 and 9 will be added. That is not 18. That is not 18, except given 18, it will give 9. So that is called concatenation. That means 99 will be displayed. Right? Let me show this quickly. That's why coding is very important, right? Don't try to don't try to escape this. This is very important, right? First, you can see 100. The second one, you'll get 18. So if you enter 9 and second one, it will give 18. But if you remove that part, if you remove these if you remove the integer part, let's keep both and just compare. The second one is I'm going to use this without converting, just value 1 and value 2 without. So this plus is used in JavaScript for concatenation. Plus is used in JavaScript for concatenation. This will be concatenated. What is concatenation? Basically, when you have 9, so first answer is 9 into 9, 9 plus 9, 18. The second answer is, second is not displaying. So let's comment this 9, refreshing this 9, you can see the second is 9. It's just added. So you can display both, right? You can display both even. Here, when it is 9, the first answer is 18, the second answer is 9. Understood?
Yeah.
Right? It will do the concatenation part for you. Okay, let's see what's the explanation given by the examiners. Value 1 will be a string, right? So that you have to tell. It will concatenate here, the word in concatenate, you can see. That's why I said the coding part is there. It will concatenate the digits together rather than, so for an example, if 3 is given, 33 will be output rather than 6. Okay, well explained. Answer you have to give, right? Okay, so you have only one remaining, but yes, no, 3 questions remaining, but I have to stop. So what should I do? Because I have another class again, that's the problem. And anyway, so these are having some already discussed part. Yeah, this is easy, no? It's already discussed questions. Just go
so
through
can we
the.
have a class tomorrow also?
Yeah, tomorrow possible. It's possible
But
to have
not
tomorrow.
in the morning, because tomorrow morning I have exam. Is evening.
Evening what time?
Anytime after the 3 o'clock.
After 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a problem. So because evening I have class. In the evening after 5 I have class. So after 5 I have classes. Maybe 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. I'll try to arrange one, right? I'll try to arrange one and let you know.
Right. All right.
Okay, then we can finish the paper discussion. So I just want to ask one more thing. So what about your current situation is after, so when you joined like few months back, so I identified that some of the practical areas and some theoretical areas you had like nothing in your head, only few. So is it somewhat okay? Is it manageable now, or do you need like, so what do you think about yourself? A critical evaluation. So what are lacking? So which part we need to do more?
Programming.
Questions.
Yes.
Okay, let's do
more exam like questions.
Exam like questions. Okay, so let's do such questions. So what do you think? So can you manage it then up to some level at least?
I can write simple codes, like if they ask for like if case and those type of program questions, display
The
this.
other
when
areas, what
when
about the other theoretical areas?
theoretical, like this paper?
Not this paper, some other papers even. Logic gate, number system.
Theory papers, I can manage.
Can manage.
It's just the programming.
Okay, so let's do more questions related to programming.
Programming parts are the most problems I have with the array programming, the make lists and all.
List and all.
Those.
Okay, so let's discuss more questions on the. Okay, then I'm going to stop for today with that. Let's meet next day. Okay, bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Bye. You too.